When you first arrive at Emerald Grove, you encounter a fight between the goblins and the tieflings. Here you get the task to kill the goblins to proceed further, so death seems to be the ultimate fate of the goblins. However, in my last playthrough I tried to find a way to save them. I was curious to know if there was a way to talk to the goblins. Surprisingly, I managed to save them all. To do this, I needed to use Ice Knife spell to kill Paladin, but this had to be done before the main cutscene triggered. Let me show you what happened.
Nobody gets in!
Once Paladin was dead, all the goblins appeared and started to take their positions. Interestingly, they were not hostile toward anyone. I talked to Paladin's companions, but they showed no reaction to his death.
Hells of a day.
I'm not bloody dying here. I won't.
I also tried to talk to the goblins, but unfortunately they didn't have any dialogues. Later, I decided to open the gate for the goblins to see if they would enter the grove. However, the goblins didn't go inside. I even took a long rest to see if it would change anything, but when I returned, everything was still the same. I was curious to see the consequences of luring the goblins inside, so I used Find Familiar Cat to take them in. I expected the tieflings inside the grove to react negatively or go hostile toward the goblins. Surprisingly, they didn't show any reaction at all. In the prologue, players are tasked with escaping the Nautiloid. Here, a mind flare helps us, saying that we need to connect the transponder nerves to escape.
Connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape.
He also fights alongside us. I was curious to see what would happen if I killed all the enemies except the mind flare. So I did, and let me show you what happened next. After saying you are no longer required, he killed all my party members in one turn. Game over. Seems like I helped the wrong person. However, I reloaded the game and decided to kill all the enemies there, including the mind flare. I wanted to see the consequences of killing every single enemies in that place. I did this and 2 more cambions spawned. I killed them and got some good loots at that early stage of the game. If you use Astarion's bite option, he gains the happy condition until your next long rest. It's a great buff that no one wants to miss. On the other hand, the person who is beaten gets the bloodless condition, which is a negative one. Many players struggle to find someone to bite when not in a battle. In this case, let me show you the infinite source to use the bite. Just head to the blighted village and bite this bugbear. If you approach him and bite directly, he will turn hostile immediately. So you must hide before biting. See, it works. Now we have got the blood bank we needed to keep Astarion happy. In Underdark, you'll find a unique sword named Felar Aluve. A strange name, right? Well, it is in Drow language, which means leaving the grave. If you want to pull out the sword using religion check, then you'll need to spill blood. Then a cutscene will trigger and you'll get the sword. But here, if you play as a cleric of Lolth, you'll get a different and interesting cutscene. Let me show you.
It rises from the stone, hanging in the air in silent offering. Suddenly you feel hundreds of spiders crawl down your spine. Warning from Lolth not to displease her again.
Before moving any further, I have a request. Please hit the subscribe button to get more contents like this. It costs you only a few seconds but fills my heart with joy and all my hard works get paid off. So please do this. The Rite of the Thorns is a sacred ritual of the druids. If they complete the ritual, the grove will be sealed permanently. That means you will no longer be able to enter the grove. The key item for this ritual is the Idol of Sylvanas. Right now, the grove is sealed and the sacred idol is keeping it shut permanently. But what if we take the idol and destroy it? Will it remove the barriers? To test this, we'll need to go inside the grove. It might seem impossible, but I have found a way. Before that, let me tell you a bit more about the ritual. There are several ways to trigger the ritual and seal the grove. In my case, I directly went to the mountain pass without helping the tieflings, and after a long rest the grove was sealed. Now let's go inside the grove. First I entered turn-based mode and used Misty Step to teleport inside the grove. Okay, I'm in. Now I'll keep myself invisible to avoid any fights. Let's explore. Aaron is still alive. There is no one in Zevlor's place. No one in the prison as well. I'm surprised to see the tiefling kids alive. It makes me curious to visit the tiefling hideout. Melly is here, but when I try to talk to Melly, the usual cutscene with birth triggers, which is quite unusual. Moll is here too, but I don't see any other tiefling kid. Now let's go to Kogha's place.
You will face Sylvanus' justice.
If it's an argument you seek, you won't find it here. Whatever the Tree Father's judgment, I will accept it in full.
It is insane that the devs added dialogues here even after knowing very few players would go inside the sealed grove. Now I'll steal the idol. Unfortunately, I'm detected by the enemies. I must kill them. They're not going to stop me. Okay, let's take the idol. Now let's see if the grove is still sealed. Seems like it doesn't solve the problem. Also, if I try to destroy the idol, it actually doesn't work. Lastly, I'll throw it into the chasm. Now let's get back to the grove. Unfortunately, it didn't change anything. Seems like there is no way to unlock the grove. Remember this boy? When you talk to him for the first time, he shows you some magic trick with a ring. This is how the introduction begins. But if you play as a drow, then the conversation will begin with some unique dialogues about drows. Let me show you.
Oh, hey. You're one of those drow, right? I heard stories about you. How you all live underground and steal kids away. Us too. No one says anything nice about tieflings. I don't know. You don't look that scary.
In Emerald Grove, Melly steals a locket from a man named Barth. Afterwards, Melly confronts Barth and denies the allegation of stealing the locket. If you side with Barth in that argument, he will strike Melly. Later, you'll find Melly again in the tiefling hideout. If you try to talk to him, he will act rudely. However, the way he talks about his parents at that moment is so touching.
You're the one who let the ugly human hit me. Oh, go tell my parents. Wait, you can't. They're dead.
This event also changed my view about Moll. She's very desperate to protect the kids. To be honest, I never liked Moll, but after this, she earned my respect. If you use detect thoughts on her, you'll know the truth. Let me show you.
You let that adventurer hit Melly. Now, you're going to pay for it. Nobody messes with my family. I'm all they've got.
Instead of choosing the first option, I chose the second one to see her reaction.
That's the way you want it? Fine. I'll go tell the gods you're pushing us around. See you around, chump.
That's all for today, but wait, it is not the end. Visit my channel to get more Baldur's Gate 3 videos like this. Subscribe if you like. Till then, have a nice day. Goodbye.